this video, we're taking you back to North Wales and we're going to visit a campsite that is promising fantastic sea views from all beaches. So let's go and explore it together and see if it's really worth it. The campsite is easily accessed directly from the main road. There is a Shell garage nearby, so if you need any last minute supplies, I'm sure you will find them here. And then that's the sign, easily marked to get to the campsite, Bron-Y-Wendon Caravan Park. And here we are, we've just arrived. So we'll go and see where is the reception. Far the views do not disappoint, you definitely have sea views. So let's go and check in and find our beach. The reception is here, so we'll go and check in. So there is also a small shop at reception where you can get ice cream, there's a few drinks, some snacks and some essentials. So that's always good to have in a campsite. So this is our pitch. We have our electricity right near the pitch and then some lovely sea views, and the beach is quite spacious and it's also on gravel. We've pitched up so far. We are impressed with the beach. It's a good size. We have sea views as promised. Toilets are really close, we'll show them to you in a minute, but then some things for you to consider is, as I said, the campsite is close to the main road, so you might hear the road noise, so if you're bothered by this, just something to keep in mind. There's also a train track right in front of the beaches, so again, trains are coming from time to time, but it's not bothering us so far. We'll see later on and we'll keep you updated. Okay, so these are the toilets. Here, let's just have a quick look. So there are some dishwashing sinks here outside, but sheltered, which is always good. And then toilets this way. Showers. So the facilities are quite dated, but they're really clean, and I think that's important at the end of the day. They offer what you need for your stay, and cleanliness is always very important. So it doesn't bother us when they're not new and like high tech as such, but yeah, all good. There are quite a lot of seasonal beaches around here, and I think in this part of Wales we've seen quite a few campsites that offer seasonal beaches. Yeah, so as I said, looking on the map, they have quite a few seasonal beaches, so all of the pink ones in here are seasonal ones, and then they offer different types of beaches anyway, so you can get a double pitch, and that's where you are allowed to open your awning. Then you have single pitch where you can't have an awning, a super deluxe pitch, and those ones have their own little terrace. I think it's something like this one here. And then they also have late arrival bay, so if you arrive late once the reception is closed, then you'll need to park here at the entrance, and then you can go to your pitch the following day. Another good advantage of this campsite is that you can pay extra to arrive a little early. So check-in is normally at 2 o'clock, but for £6.50 you can arrive from 11:30, and same applies for late checkouts. So if you don't fancy opening early in the morning and you still want to stay here and enjoy your breakfast, you can pay another £6.50 and then you can leave at 2 o'clock. a good thing here too. You can purchase local fresh eggs here, £2.80 for half a dozen, so really good. If you fancy a barbecue and you don't want to bring your gear or you don't have anything ready with you, you can hire a barbecue with gas here for 1 day £30, 2 days £55, or for 3 days £70. Or you can hire it without gas, so if you have your own gas, a day will cost you £20. Beach access straight from the campsite. We've been told it's a rocky beach, but it's also easy access to the coastal path. So if you want to enjoy longer walks, you are more than welcome to join the coastal park and then enjoy your walks. And in less than 2 minutes walk, we arrived at the beach. There is parking, seafront parking here. So if you are driving, you have plenty of parking spaces around here. You don't have a proper beach as such. It's just used to come and enjoy the scenery. It's a bit windy today. I don't know if you can really hear me, because I said the wind is really loud, so I don't have the microphone with me right now, but I just still wanted to share with you the name of this beach is Llandulas. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing well. I've tried my best to take some Welsh lessons because we like to come in Wales so often. I'm still working on it, so stay close to see how my pronunciation improves over the time. But yeah, as I said, we've just checked and right now is high tide, hence we can't see the beach that we were expecting to find here. However, people say that sunsets are really beautiful, so we'll go back to the campsite, to our van, and then we'll try and come back later on to see if we can see the sunset and also the beach at low tide, so stay close. And I'm sure Mr. Jude would like to go and run around, but he needs to have a bit of patience now because there's no beach, Jude. We'll try later on to find a bit of space for you to run around. The coastal park is really nice, so I'm sure you will enjoy it if you come with your bike or even if you fancy walking for long distances. There is also a place nearby that I really want to share with you. I'm not going to promise, but we'll try tomorrow before we leave to go there and show a castle that's not only gorgeous as a building, but also it's a very famous place. It's used as a TV set for a well-known TV show. I'll show you tomorrow. Subscribing to our channel is free of charge, and it encourages us to continue sharing with you family and dog-friendly travel ideas, whether in the UK or in Europe. We're trying to visit as many campsites as possible and also show you different types of accommodation. Today we are in North Wales and we're showing you a campsite with direct sea views and a small rocky beach with direct access. So you know how we've told you that you can hear and see the trains from the campsite. To access the beach you'll have to go under the railway. So behind me there is the bridge. The access to the beach is really easy. We thought that going up the hill on the way back is going to be challenging, but it's not as bad as it looks. And I said it literally takes you 3 minutes to get to the beach from the campsite, so that's a good advantage. So of course the campsite is very dog friendly. Pretty much everyone seems to have a dog with them. So again, Wales is known as being very dog friendly, and to be honest with you, on our travels around the UK we always feel like Wales is very dog friendly. You have plenty of places to visit where dogs are allowed, whether you want to go and eat or visit museums or go in parks. Beaches are also pretty much dog friendly, or they have regulations around where dogs are allowed and what not. So I think we stand by that fact that Wales is very dog friendly. You also have laundry facilities at the campsite. One wash costs £5 and one dry £5. and you have to purchase tokens from reception. There's also an ice cream van that comes on site, so fantastic for the hot summer days. For 2 ice creams they've paid, how much you paid? £7. So yeah, taste it and then let us know if it's going to pass the test.
Brilliant.
Mr. Dude is bored, so we need to go for a walk and see if we can enjoy the beach now, if there is low tide or not. We'll go and see if the situation has changed, so you know what to expect. You can always check the tide times online. Right, as we checked the tide times, we came in the evening and the scenery changed now. We can actually access the beach, so quite a difference from earlier today. As we said, this is a rocky beach, so it's not a sandy one. But when it's low tide, you of course can access the sand closer to the water. We think this type of beaches always have their farming, to be fair. And look at the sunset. I know it's cloudy, but it still looks gorgeous. And yeah, the advantage is that you can access this beach in 2-3 minutes walk from the campsite. So good, fantastic advantage for any campsite that has beach access, especially if you have a dog, and of course if the dog is also allowed to go on the beach. What we've noticed even earlier today, but now even more, because there's proper access to the beach, a lot of fishermen coming here. So if you like fishing, I think it's a perfect spot for you to come, especially during the evenings. This place is perfect for an evening stroll before going to bed, and I'm sure the sunset on a sunny day are absolutely amazing, because even now they look fantastic. Given the landscape, we don't recommend you to let, of course, your dog off lead, because they can easily hurt their paws, and then also there's not any smooth area for them to actually run, so you can enjoy nice walks if you follow the coastal path. Otherwise you can just come here and walk slowly on the beach between the rocks, but be very careful because they can get very slippery, especially immediately after the tide. So we had a good night's sleep. Just to give you a bit of feedback, the campsite was really quiet itself, so the guests were really respectful and everyone kept the noise levels to the minimum. But again, bear in mind that the main road is really close to the campsite, so you will hear cars passing non-stop even during the night. It didn't bother us that much. So after we fell asleep, we could barely hear anything, to be honest, but something to consider, especially if you're a light sleeper and you're woken up by noise on a regular basis. The trains are also passing until quite late in the evening, but I think after 10 o'clock we haven't heard any other train passing, and then again we saw them back in the morning, so I don't think they run overnight anyway. But yeah, overall we're really happy with a nice sleep. As I said, the guests are really respectful here, the facilities are really good, they're really clean, and we would recommend this campsite if you are in this part of Wales. Having the beach close by is also an advantage. It's not a sandy beach, but it's good for people that want to walk their dogs or they like biking, because you have access to the coastal path. So most people have already checked out. They said if you don't purchase late checkout, then you have to leave it by 11 o'clock. But you can now get a bit of a sense of how big the beaches are if you look at the ones that are empty now, and all will have sea view from different angles. trip back to the beach before we leave. Again, high tide just came, so we can see the fishermen again enjoying the deep waters. Perfect for their fishing. It's almost midday and high tide is now obviously coming, so as you can see you don't have access to a lot of beach now, but again times will vary, so as I've mentioned before, please check the website to see the tidal times. Now, in terms of a beach for sunbathing, I don't think this is the right place. Again, it's very rough, the terrain is really rough, you have big rocks, there's not much sand, and with the tidal times being quite hard to follow. So for example, during the night it was low tide, and then in the morning, first thing high tide until later on in the afternoon, so it doesn't even offer you time to come and enjoy the beach. And also the water is not the nice crystal clear one that you see in other parts of Wales, so don't add this necessarily onto your list of places to come for sunbathe, but it's still nice to enjoy coastal walks and this scenery in the North Wales. So we just arrived. You have to pay for parking at the ticket office, so we'll go and see if we can pay just for parking without visiting the castle. So if you want to just park without visiting the castle, it costs £2.50 to park here, and you can still enjoy this lovely views of the castle. And we've checked again at the entrance, dogs are definitely allowed both inside and outside in all areas if you pay a ticket, so we do encourage you to come and visit, and we'll also try our best to come again so we can really enjoy this place. So it took us 9 minutes drive to get to this castle from the campsite that we visited, that was right on the coast. And if you look behind me, it's a beautiful castle. You can visit the castle with your dog, as I said multiple times. And I hope you've already noticed, if you're a fan of this TV show, this location was used as filming locations 2 years in a row in Wales for the famous show I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here. So enjoy the views. We hope you've enjoyed our short stay in North Wales. We showed you a campsite with sea views. There's a beautiful castle, a famous filming location for a TV show right near the campsite. 9-minute drive, remember, dog friendly also. Near the castle you have a lovely farm where children can pet animals and play around. They have some play areas perfect for the little ones, and also you have some nice sea towns nearby, lovely villages, and you can just explore this north coast part of Wales. Stay close if you want to see more of our family adventures from the UK and also Bye!